Today I'm going to be showing you the top 10 high-paying online jobs with the most demand right now, and the data is going to blow your mind. Because did you know that you can make 6 figures a year selling funerals from your laptop, or get paid multiple 6 figures a year to break AI for a living, or coordinate organ donations without ever having to leave your house? Yeah, those are all real online jobs that exist right now, and they're not even on today's list. That is how wild the online job market has become in 2026. This is coming from someone who, myself and my business partners, have over 1,000 verified testimonials of people who we've helped get online jobs for. So if you appreciate me making this type of content, let me know by gently tapping that like button, and let's jump into it right now. With that being said, a quick obligatory disclaimer: I am going to be showing you a bunch of examples of amazing opportunities for online jobs. This does not in any way, shape, or form guarantee that you can get these online jobs. Additionally, there are a lot of online job scams out there that you need to be aware of. I've actually made videos on them and how to avoid them. But overall, this content is for entertainment and educational purposes only, and it is intended to be helpful. But with that being said, always make sure to do your own research. All right, number 10 is what I like to call the career coach. And these are the people who literally make money helping other people find better careers. So we're talking resume writers, interview coaches, niche career trainers, full coaching programs, even teaching people how to break into specific industries. And here's why this category is absolutely blowing up right now. Every time there's a major technological shift, everybody freaks out and they screams, AI is killing all the jobs, right? News outlets love this story because fear sells, but it's only half the story. Yeah, some jobs do get crushed, and that is true, but here's what nobody talks about. It's basically like whack-a-mole. For every career that gets killed by technology, 3 to 5 new careers spring up, and nobody even knows what they are yet. Think about it. Did you think that YouTuber was gonna be a career? Did you think that playing video games on stream and being a streamer for a living was gonna be a career 10 years ago? Of course not. Nobody knew it was gonna be a career. Nobody saw this coming. Everybody's confused, and they're scared, and they don't know which mole to chase. And that confusion is exactly where the career coach makes their money. The career coach is the one who says, hey, this old mole is dead, but these 3 new ones just popped up. Let me show you how to hit them, right? Let me show you where the opportunities are and what careers you should be going into right now. Now, do you want real examples? Well, my brother Zach, he's 50 years old, completely non-technical, and he started from zero. And he helps people to figure out the best trade careers and how to break into them. And he turned that one angle into a real business. And basically, he just started making content on YouTube, and he was able to go from zero to a full-time business in less than a month, right? Zero to $214 in a single day in less than a month. I've got another client named Josh Madakor, and he helps people get into IT and cybersecurity jobs. And he did $180,000 in a single month. I have a client named Nicole who runs a channel called GRC for Mere Mortals. She helps people get into cybersecurity careers, and she did $70,000 in a single month. I've got a client named Alex Shep who teaches people how to graduate from college faster and save thousands of dollars. Last he reported to me, he was making $15,000 in a single month. Here's Davis, and he helps people get management consulting jobs. And these people aren't selling jobs, they're selling direction. Because in a world where the entire job market is shifting every 6 months, direction is the single most valuable thing that you can sell. Because colleges are always going to tell you that getting a college degree is the right way to go, regardless of whether that degree leads to a good career or not. Some do, some don't, and there's probably a lot of shades of gray in the middle. But you can be the career coach who illuminates the path to actually getting the job that people want to get for them, and help them get there faster, help them make more money, and help save them a bunch of time, effort, and money in the process. So here's how to start as a career coach. Pick a career niche that you've worked in, or you're willing to deeply research, or something that you're trying to get into right now. Then start a YouTube channel or social media account if you're an expert, answering every question of someone breaking into that niche. Or if you're not an expert and you're basically just trying to break in yourself, document your journey of actually landing a job. And I cannot emphasize, by the way, how powerful it is to document your journey. I promise you that if you start making videos that are just helpful to people, or just document your journey of landing a job in that career, people will reach out to you offering to hire you very quickly. Then build content, build an audience, and you can monetize that audience in so many different ways, either from the network itself that you build and the job opportunities you get from that, or speaking opportunities, or just various different networking opportunities that you can get, or you can sell stuff directly on the channel in the form of affiliate marketing, sponsorships, coaching, courses, done with you programs, templates, software tools, etc., etc. There's so many different ways to monetize. All of them work if you have an audience, right? If you have a YouTube following, all of them work. Now, the tools needed here are, of course, a YouTube channel, a basic coaching framework, or something to sell, which is really easy to find. And if you're confused about what niche to pick or how to actually monetize YouTube, I do actually have a live training, which you can click on the link in the description in the pinned comment below. And this is the exact training that my brother took. They took him from zero to making a full-time income as a career YouTuber in less than a month. So definitely check that out by clicking the link in the description in the pinned comment below.
All right, guys, quick break. This video is sponsored by me. I wanted to let you know that I'm going to be doing a live training this week where I'm going to be revealing the YouTube content advantage in 2026. It is a completely free training, no strings attached. In fact, I'm giving away even more bonuses at the training. Just as an example, I'm going to be giving away my niche validator. And this is going to be available for both Claude as well as ChatGPT, which is a super valuable piece of software where you can finally figure out what the best niche for you is. So do not miss out on this training. Make sure you sign up for it down in the description and the pinned comment below, because you only get it if you join the training. So if you don't join now, you might miss it. But that being said, in the workshop, you'll get to meet me. You'll get to ask me questions directly. So I look forward to meeting you. So click the link in the description in the pinned comment below. Make sure you put it on your calendar. And if for whatever reason you missed out on it, you weren't able to attend, make sure you still click that link, because we might be having workshops in the future as well, and you'll be the first to know about it. So yeah, hope to see you there. And now back to your regularly scheduled programming.
All right, next is what I like to call the content writer. And this one might surprise you, because you might be thinking, wait, Shane, AI just killed writing as a career, right? Absolutely not. Here's what actually happened. AI killed bad writing. AI killed that soulless, generic, 5 reasons you should drink water, listicle slop that flooded the internet for the last decade. But the actual good writers with voice, opinion, taste, real experience, writers who actually bring value to the table, they're more valuable than ever. And it's kind of like this. AI didn't kill the chef, it killed the line cook flipping frozen patties. The chef, right? The chef with a point of view, a flavor profile, a brand, that chef is making more money now than ever, because their work is the antidote to the slop that everyone else is serving. So according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the median content writer makes about $72,000 a year. Top copywriters working with high-ticket clients clear $200,000. And content writer is on the FlexJobs 2026 top 10 in-demand work from anywhere list. So the demand is real. Now, by the way, I wanted to say something about this. I am going to include the pay from multiple different sources just automatically on the screen. I don't want to have to say all of them out loud. So you can pause the video and check that out if you'd like. But yeah, the demand is real. Now let's talk about how to start. To start as a content writer, you want to pick one niche that you actually know something about, right? So that's B2B SaaS, health and fitness, finance, real estate, whatever. Then you want to write 3 to 5 sample articles. Then you want to post them publicly on LinkedIn. Then you want to DM business owners in that niche offering to write their newsletters or blog for $500 to $2,000 per piece. Then you want to land 3 clients and you're going to be at 6 figures. All right, number 8 is the project manager, and I like to call this the quarterback. Here's the thing about modern remote teams. You've got a designer in Brazil, a developer in Vietnam, a marketing person in Texas, a CEO in New York, 5 different time zones and 5 different priorities. If somebody isn't running the playbook, nothing ships. The project manager is the quarterback. They don't catch the passes, they don't run the routes, they don't tackle anyone. What they do is call the play, and they make sure that everyone knows their role and they keep the ball moving down the field. So this is number 8 on FlexJobs 2026 in-demand work from anywhere list, right? Remote project managers pull $80,000 to $120,000 a year. Senior ones at high growth companies clear $150,000 easily. And every company with a remote team needs a quarterback, period. And this is especially important when it comes to online project management. Now, here's how to start. Get a PMP certification. This stands for Project Management Professional, or you could also get a Scrum Master certification. Both are online. They both take 2 to 3 months and they cost a few $100. PMP is slightly preferred, but there's a lot of demand out there for Scrum Master as well. Then apply on FlexJobs, Remote.com, and Wellfound. There's a ton of startups that need project managers and they don't have the luxury of being picky about where you live. All right, number 7 is social media manager, and I like to call this one the content captain. Now, this one is interesting because the title is sort of a catch-all, right? And what I mean is in 2026, the title social media manager actually wraps up a lot of different roles, right? Creative director, content director, brand manager, head of content. Some companies are even calling this the head of storytelling now. Yes, seriously. But whatever the title, the job is the same. You own the content output that keeps the brand visible. And this role is number 2 on FlexJobs 2026 in-demand work from anywhere list. Literally number 2 out of every remote job category on the planet. That is massive. And here's why it's blown up. Businesses have finally figured out something that creators have known for years. Content is the new sales team. Content is the new advertising. Content is the new brand. And the companies that own their content output are eating everybody else's lunch. And the companies that don't are getting destroyed. Now, by the way, I actually own the company In Demand Career, and my business partner and I have literally helped over 1,000 people get digital marketing related jobs. And so I know what I'm talking about here. And social media marketing is one of the digital marketing jobs that we've helped people get. So senior social media managers and content directors are pulling in $70,000 to $120,000 a year. And top brand storytellers at major companies clear $150,000 plus. Oh, and by the way, if you're a business owner watching this and you're going, I should probably be doing this myself instead of hiring someone, you're right. And in just a minute, I'm going to tell you about a free workshop where I'm going to show you the exact playbook. But first, how to start. Social media manager. Build your own social media presence first. You can't sell content if you can't make it. Then pick a platform. I strongly recommend YouTube. The algorithm is the most generous and the pay scale is the highest of any platform by a mile. With that being said, you want to have YouTube as your mother platform, and then you can syndicate the content semi-automatically to all the other platforms. Then you want to build a small audience proving that you understand the game. And then you can sell that exact skill to businesses. They will pay you a lot of money because most business owners are absolutely terrified of doing this themselves. Now, by the way, we have a completely free live training where I'm going to be teaching you how to pick your niche on YouTube and then grow and monetize your YouTube channel. And you can check that out by clicking the link in the description and the pinned comment below. All right, number 6 is the cybersecurity analyst. And you could also call this one the digital bouncer. And I love this one because the demand is going parabolic right now. And most people are not paying attention. And here's why. Every company on earth is moving to the cloud. Every company is deploying AI, and every company has remote workers logging in from coffee shops and at-home Wi-Fi networks. And every single one of those changes creates a new attack surface for hackers, and the hackers know it. And cybercrime is projected to cost the global economy trillions of dollars in damage every single year. And companies are petrified, and they're hiring like crazy. So BLS, or the Bureau of Labor Statistics, projects that this field will grow at over 30% over the next decade. That is roughly 10 times faster than the average job growth rate. And the cybersecurity analyst is the bouncer at the digital nightclub. And most of the time, it doesn't look like anything's happening. But the second someone tries to break in, they're the first line of defense. And the pay range here is cybersecurity analysts actually start at around $90,000 a year. Senior analysts and engineers clear $130,000 plus. And if you add a little bit of AI specialty onto that, which is the next gen version of this job, you can pull $150,000 to $220,000 at the mid-level. And almost none of these jobs require a 4-year degree, but what they do require is certifications, which you can earn online. Now, here's how to start as a cybersecurity analyst. Get the CompTIA Security Plus certification. It costs about $400 and takes 2 to 3 months of self-study. That is your entry ticket. From there, you can stack Certified Ethical Hacker, CISSP, or AI Security Certs. Then you can apply on CyberSeek, Remote Security Jobs, and LinkedIn. And many companies will hire you with the Security Plus cert and no degree. All right, next is the Cloud Solutions Architect. Now, this is one of the highest paid online jobs that does not require a 4-year degree. We're talking $140,000 to $195,000 a year, and senior cloud architects at top tech companies clear $300,000. And that's more than most doctors make. And you don't need to take out $300,000 in student loan debt like I did to get my doctorate and become a pharmacist to get there. Yeah, true story. I'll be talking about that in my live training and how I was able to escape that by creating content on YouTube as well. So check that out. Click the link in the description in the pinned comment below. Now, here's what they actually do. Every company is moving to the cloud. They're moving from physical servers and offices to AWS, Microsoft Azure, or Google Cloud. And the way you set up that cloud infrastructure determines whether the company runs smoothly or burns to the ground. So the Cloud Solutions Architect is the architect of the digital infrastructure. They don't write code, they don't lay bricks, they design how everything fits together, and they get paid insanely for it. Now here's how to start as a Cloud Solutions Architect. Pick one platform. Now I recommend AWS because it has the biggest market share. So get the AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate certification. This costs about $150 to sit in on the exam, and it typically takes about 3 to 6 months of self-study. From there, you can stack up to the professional level, then you can apply on LinkedIn, Well-Found, and Remote Rocket Ship. And a lot of companies hire architects fully remote because the work is 100% laptop based. All right, the countdown is getting good. At number 4 is the data analyst. Now, every company on earth is collecting massive amounts of data right now. And we're talking customer behavior, web traffic, conversion rates, sales pipelines, support tickets, etc., everything. And here's the dirty secret. Most of them have absolutely no idea what to do with any of it. The data analyst is the translator. They take the avalanche of data and translate it into actionable business intelligence. And here's why this is on the list. According to FlexJobs 2026 Work From Anywhere report, data analyst is in the top 5 most in-demand remote job titles in the world. The pay is solid, anywhere from $65,000 to $110,000 starting out, and senior data analysts and analytics translators clear $150,000 plus. But here's the real flex. I have a client, she asked to stay anonymous, so I can't say her name, but she runs an entire business teaching people how to become entry-level data analysts. And she typically does focus on data analysis in certain industries. And she actually got up to 6 figures a month teaching people how to do it. Literally just from being the person who teaches people how to break into one of the highest demand remote jobs on the planet. And this is why I'm such a broken record about niche YouTube channels, right? I think that one of the easiest ways for you to make money on YouTube and just give a ton of value to the world is just take the job that you already have, the job that you're already pretty good at, or if you're making money as a side hustle, even if it's just like making a little bit of money, just take that thing, even if it's a weird subspecialty, and just teach other people how to get into that job. It's really simple, right? And I've done this over and over again with so many different YouTube channels. For instance, one of my clients teaches accountants that are already making $50,000 to $100,000 a year how to become what's known as a financial controller. And this is a very high level accountant that can make over $200,000 a year. And he's absolutely crushing it on YouTube. Another client teaches people in IT how to get into cybersecurity, and he's making 6 figures a month on YouTube. Another client teaches people how to graduate from college faster and land their first job afterwards. And oftentimes these are the degrees that they can graduate with in less than a year. I've worked with other clients that talk about different certifications and certificates that you can get to land jobs more easily. This client right here is in his 70s. He's a realtor and he helps people talk about different real estate related stuff in Montana because he's a realtor in Montana and he gets a lot of lead flow from his channel. And one of his very first videos got over 100,000 views. And this client right here, Nurse Jen, literally just talks about stuff that's common sense to her. It's common knowledge to her that has to do with nursing. And one of her first videos got over 500,000 views, right? So this stuff is incredibly easy. It's either talking about how to get into your career or just sharing knowledge about your career in general, right? Definitely one of the absolute easiest ways to make money online. And that's what we're going to be going over in the live training. So click that link in the description in the pinned comment below. But with that being said, here's how to get started as a data analyst. Get the Google Data Analytics Professional Certificate. It's on Coursera. It costs about $50 per month and it takes about 4 to 6 months. Make sure to learn SQL, Excel, and Tableau. Build 3 to 5 portfolio projects using public data sets. Then apply on FlexJobs, Wellfound, and LinkedIn. Many entry-level data analyst jobs hire on portfolio strength alone, not on your degree. We are in the top 3 now. We're going to talk about the AI prompt engineer, also known as the AI whisperer. Now, this is number 3, but I could easily have put this one as number 1, to be completely honest with you. But this is where we're gonna get into the really wild ones. Literally 3 years ago, did not exist. Like, this is a job that 3 years ago did not exist. 5 years ago or 10 years ago, nobody could have even predicted that it did exist, right? So this is just another example of whack-a-mole, right? One job gets deleted and 3 new jobs pop up. And if you don't believe me, then just look at this job post that Anthropic, the company who made Claude AI, which is my favorite AI, and they posted a role called Prompt Engineer and Librarian. And it's at $335,000 a year. No PhD required, no computer science degree required, $335,000 to talk to AI properly. Read that twice, right? And here's what they actually do. AI systems like Claude and ChatGPT are unbelievably powerful, right? But most people use them like a magic 8-ball, right? They type in a question, they get a generic answer, and they walk away unimpressed. The AI prompt engineer knows how to communicate with these systems so precisely that they can extract 10x the value out of them. So they design entire AI workflows that businesses depend on, and they write the instructions that take AI from kind of useful to this just replaced 3 employees. Now the pay range here is $75,000 starting all the way up to $175,000 for senior roles, with the absolute top of the market hitting $335,000 plus. And it's one of the most most accessible, high-paying AI jobs because you don't need to know how to code. Now, here's how to start as an AI prompt engineer. Pick 2 major AI systems. I recommend using Claude and ChatGPT, and then use them every single day for real business problems. Document your prompts and build a portfolio of 10 to 20 prompt systems that solve specific business problems. Now, the best thing for you to do is pick a specific industry or a specific vertical, right? So we're talking sales, follow-up automation, content generation, customer service, triage, that kind of thing. And it's even better if you pick a specific industry. So you could be doing all of that, for instance, for skilled nursing care facilities, or doing it all for personal financial advisors, et cetera, et cetera. And then once you build out those exact portfolios, you can apply on places like Lever, Wellfound, and YC companies under prompt engineer. All right, number 2 is the sales path. And I know this one is kind of obvious, but it still is one of the biggest opportunities on the list. Anything where you are creating new revenue for a company is going to be unbelievably valuable, right? And with this, I'm combining 2 roles here because they're actually the same career path, right? So sales development representative, or SDR, is the entry-level version, and the account manager is the senior version. So same career, different rung on the ladder. Now, this is in the top 10 in-demand jobs per FlexJobs 2026 report, and I want to tell you a story about why I'm putting this at number 2. So I have a client named Troy, and he basically started off as an SDR, or sales development representative. And that's the entry-level sales role where you basically reach out to potential customers all day long and get them interested and book meetings for senior sales teams. And typically this is in the B2B industry, so it's business to business. So you're getting other businesses on sales calls. Now, it is an absolute grinder of a job, and there's tons of rejection, but the leverage is insane because every meeting you book is worth real money to the company. Now, Troy grounded out, right? He got good and he hit his quota, and he made it to 6-figure income as a senior sales rep. But here's where it gets interesting. Once Troy hit 6 figures himself, he turned around and he started teaching other people how to become SDRs as well. And that's where the real leverage kicked in, because now Troy isn't just making sales for one company, he's making money helping hundreds of people break into SDR career. And the way he's attracting those people is, of course, making content. And not only did he make content himself, but he actually set up an entire ecosystem of people making content for him. And I actually helped him build out that entire ecosystem. The company is called Course Careers. I own a small amount of equity in it. I'm on the board as well, and I've helped them build out the entire company. Now, he's running an entire business off of this one career path. And here's the part that I have to say, because I'd be lying if I didn't. Most of Troy's growth happened through his YouTube channel. The audience he built on YouTube became the engine that powered the entire coaching business. And this is exactly why I tell every single person watching this video, the skill is one thing, the audience is the multiplier, right? So get that job, or stay in whatever job you have right now, stack money, and then start creating content on the side. And the best platform by far is YouTube. So SDR pays $60K plus commission, and top SDRs clear about $100,000 to $150,000. Many of them make it to $100K within their first year. And account manager pay is typically $70,000 to $120,000. And senior account managers at SaaS companies clear $200,000 plus. So add a YouTube audience on top, and now you can teach the entire career and 10x your income on the back end. So here's how to start. The sales path is SDR, then account manager. And you can apply to remote SaaS SDR roles on LinkedIn and Wellfound. There's also a lot of them on FlexJobs, etc. And really, they just want grit, communication skills, and the willingness to make 100 calls a day. Then you grind for 12 to 18 months, hit your numbers, learn skills that are going to be valuable for the rest of your life, no matter what you do in your life. And you'll automatically promote up the ladder to account executive and then account manager. And you'll start building a YouTube channel sharing what you're learning along the way. And that's how you build the second income that eventually replaces the first. Now, number 1 is AI machine learning engineer, right? This is really big brain. You would start off with the AI stuff, and then you advance into actually creating the LLMs that create the AI. Now, like I said, this is very big brain. These are the people who actually build the AI systems, train the models, deploy them into products, et cetera, et cetera. Everything that ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Midjourney, et cetera, everything all of those do was built by AI engineers. So the analogy that I want you to remember is right now in 2026, we are in the middle of building the digital equivalent of the Empire State Building. AI is the biggest infrastructure project of our generation, and the AI engineers are the steel workers welding the beams. Now, the pay here is $140,000 to $220,000. Senior AI engineers at top labs like Anthropic, OpenAI, Google DeepMind, etc., clear $300,000 to $400,000 plus in total comp. And it's on the FlexJobs 2026 top 10 most in-demand work from anywhere list. So the demand keeps outpacing the supply, which keeps pushing salaries higher and higher. Now, this is the single highest leverage skill that you can build in 2026. And I'll be honest with you, this is the hardest entry point on the list. You need to actually learn machine learning. You need to learn Python. You need to build real projects, But here's the thing. You do not need a PhD. You do not need a Stanford CS degree. Plenty of AI engineers are completely self-taught from online resources. But a good place to start is with Andrew Ng's stuff. So he did deep learning AI machine learning specialization on Coursera. Again, that's about $50 a month, and it probably takes about 4 to 6 months. And he's made a lot of other really good stuff for Coursera. And he's even posted a lot of free stuff on his YouTube channel. Then you would want to learn Python deeply. You'd want to build 5 to 10 machine learning projects on GitHub with real data sets, not toy ones. Then apply it to AI labs and AI first startups on Lever and Wellfound. And if you want the fastest path, target companies that are AI first. Every employee uses AI as a core tool versus AI curious. But the AI first companies are growing fast and hiring fast. With that being said, this is going to be by far the hardest job to land on this entire list. And that's why I put all of the other ones before it, because they're all way easier to land. Now, no matter which job you choose, I highly recommend that you start making content on the side. It's been a complete game changer for myself, as well as dozens of other people that I talk about. And there is billions in the boring. You can literally just learn how to get into a job and then just teach other people how to get into the job, or teach other people the skills of the job, or teach other people how to use AI in that specific industry or that specific vertical or that specific niche or that specific type of job. There's just so many different opportunities for creating content online. If you want a really good idea of what your niche should actually be, that's exactly what I'm going to help you do in my workshop that I'm doing this week. So click the link in the description in the pinned comment below to attend that. And I look forward to seeing you there. And also, if you are very serious about growing and making money on YouTube, we are accepting about 3 to 5 new people to work with us one-on-one. And that'll also be a link in the description in the pinned comment below, but only apply if you're very serious about growing and making money on YouTube, as it is very expensive and very time intensive from us. If you want to see an example of someone that we worked with, you can check that out by clicking right here. One of the career coaches that I talked about in this video is Davis. He helps people get management consulting jobs, and you can see me interviewing him by clicking right here.